again. It's a Rhinestones.
Welcome back to another video. So I've got my practice hand ready to go today. We're going to have a go at this. I have switched it up slightly, so I don't like that every nail is different. I always like two nails to be the same at least. So I've got rid of the pointer. We're not going to do that. I'm going to do two flame nails instead. We're going to do the kissy lips nail, and we're going to do the nail with the heart on, but I added two hearts instead of one. So we're kind of sticking to it. So this is the colours that came in this month's Gelbox, February's Gelbox. This one was the Builder in a Bottle, so we're going to use that as the base colour on all of the nails. And then we're going to use the hollow, the pink and the red. I did change the colour of the flames from hollow to red. I'll show you, I'll tell you more about that later in the video. So I'm using the Glitter Planet ultra thin tapered tips. I love these tips. They are like a tapered square and they're so thin, they're like paper. I've been really enjoying using these recently. So we're using them, and I'm just using my regular brush on nail glue. So a little bit on the nail, just a little bit, you don't need a lot. I'm just going to hold it on gently and then pinch it in at the sides. Make sure them side wings are stuck down. So yeah, these don't have a well, so just a tiny bit of glue where you're going to attach it. Hold it down for a second and pinch it in at the sides. Guys, I've got a 15% off code for Gelbox. It's always in my description box with a link to the website. These are, you can get these boxes on a monthly subscription, or you can get them as a one-off. Yeah, so I've just filed down the sides of these tips because they are more of a square. I do like to turn them a bit more into a coffin. So I've just filed them more into a coffin. And now I'm using a buffer. You need to buff off all the shiny surface on your nail tips. Just buff them up, scratch them up a bit. And then give them a good clean. I'm just using a prep spray and a nail brush. Give them a good clean, get rid of all the dust and shavings like that. And then we're ready to go. So I'm going to start with, obviously, the Builder in a Bottle. These are 20mm as well, guys. This one is called Two Become One. And it's just a nice, milky, kind of sheer baby pink, isn't it? It's a really nice colour. So I'm going to start, all the nails are going to be the same. I'll just show you a couple. So when I'm using Builder in a Bottle, any hard gel, builder gel, I always start with a really, really thin slip layer like that. And then this first bead is just, I'm just going to push it up into my cuticle area and just walk it down the nail. This is a really runny builder gel. I should have put it in the fridge, but I just didn't have time. I'm too impatient. So yeah, that's just a really thin layer. That's had half a cure for 30 seconds. And same again, this second bead is just a little bit thicker than the first one. I'll push it into my cuticle area, walk it down the nail, and then I like to swipe up and down the sides. Make sure I've completely covered those sides. And you'll see me keep holding it upside down because it is such a runny gel. It just brings it back into the middle. So hold it upside down as many times as you feel like you need to. If you feel like it's dripping down the sides, just turn it upside down for a second. Right, and this last bead I've pretty much left up that top area. I've just pulled a tiny bit of it down the nail. This will just give me the strength and the apex that I need because they are long nails. So yeah, that last bead I've just pretty much left up in that top third area. That's going to get a full 60 seconds cure now. So I'll show you doing one more nail. This is a bit of a bigger canvas to show you. So again, I'm starting with a slip layer. Completely cover the nail with just a nice thin, even coat and rub it right into all them scratches. So this first bead, yeah, is quite a small one. I'll push it into my cuticle area and sides. And then I'll keep my brush attached to that bead and just swipe it side to side and just really thin it off towards that tip. Try and keep the tip area thin. And that's had half a cure. So this second bead, a little bit bigger than the first one. Again, I'm pushing it into that cuticle and side walls and then just swiping it from side to side, keeping my brush attached to it. And yeah, just walk it down that nail. And then towards the tip area, I'll kind of thin it off a little bit. And then I like to swipe up and down the sides, make sure they're completely covered, make sure I've not left no gaps. And again, I'm holding it upside down just to pull the gel back into the middle where it should be, and that'll help with your shape as well. You don't want any of it hanging over the edge of that tip because you'll end up having to file it off. So again, a quick half a cure, and I'm only giving them half a cures because they'll get a full cure in a minute. So this last bead, again, this is what I'm going to use as my apex and to give the nail some strength. I'll pretty much leave most of it up in that top area. Can you see I've just pulled a little bit of it down? Just tidy that up a little bit again, and that'll get a full 60 seconds cure now. And yeah, the last two nails, I've done them off camera because they're exactly the same. So that's them all done. I am going to give them a quick buff off camera. Make sure you get that sticky tacky layer off before you file. So that's them, had a quick file and a buff. They really didn't need much. And what I'm doing now, I'm using a little bit of acetone on a lint-free wipe. Don't have your lint-free wipe soaking, just a little damp wipe, and it just softens some of the scratches. Yeah, it just softens them. So I'm using Matte Me Up, which is Gelbox matte top coat, and I'm just going to matte top coat this pointer and pinky. I'm going to be doing the flame nails. Guys, I had about 10 attempts to freehand these flames and I couldn't do them. So I've pulled out this stamping plate. I'm going to use that flame there. It's got a heart, and I'm using this is a sheer white, little bit transparent white, because I'm going to be painting over it. So this is just, I'm just using this as like a stencil. So I'm going to pick that image up, and I'm just going to get rid of all them little extra bits that I don't want. Yeah, and I'm going to stamp this on the nail. I did try to freehand it, and I just couldn't bloody do it. They look stupid. So I've stamped that on the nail, and I've done the same on the pinky as well. And for some reason, I painted them. I was going to paint them in Careless Whisper, but you couldn't see it very well. So I decided to do the love heart in the hollow Careless Whisper. Yeah, I was originally going to do the flames in this hollow. That's why I painted them white. But yeah, you couldn't see it very well. So I decided to do the flames in the red that came in this month's box. This is called Unbreak My Heart. And yeah, I'm just going to go over all the white part and colour them flames in red. So that's my flames coloured in. Now we're going to use my girl, and I'm going to completely cover this ring finger. This is such a pretty pink, isn't it? So just one coat, and I've cured that for 30 seconds, and I did give it a second coat off camera, although it really didn't need it. Look at that coverage. I love these gels. They're just pleasurable to use. So I'm using a dotting tool, and this is going to be the nail that had a heart on it. I'm going to do 2 hearts. So just 2 dots, pull them together in the middle and pull them together on the outside. Really simple way to do hearts. Just 2 dots like that. Pull them together in the middle like a V shape. And same on the outside, just do a V shape and colour it in. Yeah, and I'm going to turn them into cherries. I've seen this done on quite a few sets of nails and I really liked it. So onto this middle finger, I'm using the same pink and I'm just doing a smile line. Quite a deep, long smile line. So I'm just marking that out roughly. I'm just going to colour the corners in, and then I'm going to use the brush out the bottle to fill in the rest of it. And what I'm going to do, guys, off camera, I'm going to give all these nails another matte top coat just to even them out and give me a nice flat base to work on again. So now I'm going to outline. This was so piddledy. I decided to outline all these flames and hearts. I think just to, I don't know, just to define them and make them look a little bit neater. I won't bore you by showing you all of it, but yeah, I'm pretty much just going to outline everything with a really thin white. This white is like a gel paint. It's super opaque. Really nice to do little detailed work with like this. You don't have to keep going over it. It's a really strong white. It's a good one. So yeah, we're going to turn these hearts into cherries, look. So I'm just doing a flicky line off that, join them together, and then I'm just going to do a bit of a leaf, petal, no it's not a petal, it's a leaf, just a little bit of a leaf, and I'm just going to add a couple of little bits of detail to these love hearts, and then they're going to get put in the lamp for 30 seconds. So now I'm using the dotting tool that came in the Gelbox. I needed a smaller one. This is perfect. So again, I'm doing 2 dots and a dot underneath, and this is going to be lips, and this just helps me keep my lips even by doing the dots. So again, I'm going to join them dots together in the middle, and then just do a little flick off that dot, that side, and a little flick off that side, and just kind of join them up along the bottom. And then the dot on the bottom, we're just going to do a smile straight through that dot and just thicken it up a little bit. Easy way to do kissy kissy lips. And I've done a couple more kissy kissy lips, and they've all been cured in the lamp for 30 seconds. And again, with the white outline, I'm just gonna outline the top lip, just the top lip. So we're going to get these nails finished now. So I'm using some little red rhinestones and some just plain really pale pink rhinestones, and I'm using Matte Me Up Gelbox matte top coat. I really like this matte top coat. It doesn't have that like kind of sheeny shine to it. It is a proper matte. So take a good look at these glossy guys. I liked them in glossy, but I did prefer them in matte. So that's them, what they would look like, glossy. So I'm just adding some rhinestone glue where I'm going to want my rhinestones, and I'm just going to do a mixture of the pale pink and the red. So I will let you watch and I'll be back at the end. There we go, guys, that is them finished. I did change something. What did I change, guys? Can you see the nail with the lippy lips? That middle lips, I did originally do it in the hollow, but you couldn't see it, so I went over it with the red. But I really like these. I think they're really cute. Let me know what you think, guys. But that is it for today. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.